She said, if you loved me, you'd pay my loans. I found out they weren't hers. When Jenna looked me dead in the eye and said, if you really loved me, you'd pay off my student loans, I didn't get angry. I smiled and said, sure, let's look at the paperwork. That one sentence changed everything. We'd been together 3 years, living in my condo for the last 18 months. I thought we were stable, building toward marriage. I worked in IT consulting, made about $95,000 a year. Jenna taught yoga part-time and freelanced as a wellness coach. She said she owed about $35,000 in student loans. Manageable, but significant. That Thursday night, over dinner, she brought it up casually. If we're serious about our future, she said, squeezing my hand, we need to tackle my student loans together. They're holding us back from getting married, buying a house, starting a family. Okay, I said. Let's go over the paperwork together. See the interest rate, payment plan, all that. Her smile dropped. Why do you need to see paperwork? Don't you trust me? It's not about trust, I said. It's about understanding where the money's going. She crossed her arm. If you loved me, you wouldn't need paperwork. Keith never asked questions. Keith, her ex-boyfriend, the one she supposedly healed from long before me. But somehow he came up every time we disagreed. She stormed off to the bedroom and slammed the door. Something about the whole thing didn't sit right. Jenna had been weird with money lately, always needing cash for emergencies, always ordering packages she said were returns. So I decided to make sure I wasn't about to ruin my financial future for someone else's lies. I hired a forensic accountant. It cost me $1,500 up front, but a buddy from work recommended Bradley, a professional who'd helped him during a messy divorce. I gave him Jenna's name, school, and approximate loan details. 3 days later, Bradley called. Mr. Thompson, he said, you might want to sit down. Turns out Jenna did have student loans, a grand total of $8,700, but she also had something else, a $26,000 car loan, a BMW M3, registered to one Keith Morrison. She'd taken out the loan 4 years ago, 2 months before she claimed they'd broken up. She was the sole borrower. Keith wasn't even on the paperwork, and for 4 years, she'd been making $540 monthly payments on his car. Bradley also found a pattern of $500 to $600 cash withdrawals around the 15th of every month, 5 days before her loan payment hit. In other words, she was using the emergency cash I'd been giving her to pay for Keith's BMW. When I confronted her, she started with tears. He manipulated me, she sobbed. He said if I stopped paying, he'd ruin my credit. I didn't have a choice. You had a choice, I said. You could have told me the truth. You wouldn't have understood, she snapped. Keith gets me emotionally. She didn't even notice she said gets, present tense. I showed her Bradley's report and a screenshot from Keith's Instagram. Him leaning on the BMW, captioned, thanks to my ride or die for keeping me rolling. I looked her in the eye. You're his ride or die? She didn't answer. I gave her 24 hours to pack and leave. The next day, she and her best friend Tori showed up to move her stuff. As she carried out boxes, Jenna turned to me and said, Keith was right about you. You're heartless. Keith can start paying for his own car now, I said. Let's see how right he feels then. The fallout came fast. Jenna missed the next payment, her first in 4 years. That single missed payment triggered an automatic repossession order. At 6 a.m. on Tuesday, the repo truck showed up at Keith's apartment. She raced over with $1,200 she'd scraped together, but she needed $1,490 plus $350 in repo fees. She didn't have enough. Keith lost it, screaming in the parking lot. Neighbors filmed everything. You couldn't even keep your meal ticket boyfriend paying for my car. What good are you? Someone posted the clip online with the caption, gold digger gets exposed by bigger gold digger. It went viral locally. Jenna finally realized she wasn't a partner to Keith, just a payment plan. But she wasn't done trying to take me down. A month later, my credit monitoring service pinged an alert. Someone tried opening a credit card in my name. The info used matched tax documents Jenna had helped me file the previous year. I filed a police report immediately. Turns out she'd done something similar to an ex 5 years earlier and had an existing fraud warning on her record. This time, she didn't get off with a warning. Jenna was charged with attempted identity theft and fraud. She got 18 months probation and was ordered to pay restitution for the money she took. She moved back to her hometown to work at her dad's hardware store. Keith, without his free BMW and his Instagram lifestyle, ended up couch surfing.